is this? Tabletop Island, huh? Let's see what this is all about.
Give the dog a bone, give the dog a bone, the barking mad bone chasing game.
Give the Dog a Bone by Waddingtons. Welcome to Tabletop Island. I'm Bernardo, your host, and today we're going to be taking a look at the vintage board game. This is a big one. Give the Dog a Bone. This is by Waddingtons and came out in 1992. Let me save you some time. Don't buy this game. That's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you guys next time. Fine, I guess I'm not being fair. Let's first take a look at the components. So first, you're going to look at this board and say, holy crap, this thing looks amazing. Look at the color design on it. It's so bright, so vivid. It has that really nice inviting kids style to it. It has these really cool plastic ramps that go along it. You have this nice dog house, which you build in different quadrants. It has connectors that lock both halves of this plastic board together, mind you. It looks absolutely stunning. You have this little dog figurine, which is on wheels, which also really nicely made. They didn't have to put this much detail on this board, but they definitely did. You also have these really nice kind of 3D plastic bones here, really tiny. You almost wish they might have been a little bit bigger to handle, but that's not really an area to complain. Then you have two dice. So you roll both die, and the die dictates what you do. Now, the white die has a few different symbols. The paw prints indicate how many times you can pull Barney back and forth, because it is almost like one of those old style cars that move on its own. You move it forward and back a few times, and then you release it and it goes. Simple enough. Hence, it can go up the ramps. That's awesome, right? Right. So you have a few different options. The paw prints can determine how many times you move it back and forth, which dictate how far it can go. Then you have the door symbol, which the door allows you to pull it up as many times as you wish, up to the maximum of 5 pullbacks. I'm guessing they also have that limit just so you don't break it, because moving it too many times back and forth may damage it, maybe not. I've personally not had any issues with it, but it also kind of mitigates how many times you can pull it back rather than just sitting there all day and laughing because you're doing it like 20 times. Now with the door symbol, if you end up going through that orange gate, you can end up with double the number of points. The flower symbol is the final one on the white die. That is the same thing. You can pull it up to the maximum of 5 pullbacks, and he starts at the flower bed. Hence the flower symbol. Easy enough. Then you have the bone, the black die, which indicates the number of bones you're able to bury in one of the pits. There are pits here on the side. They're almost like these green kind of boomerang pieces. So when it's shifted one way, it reveals bones in a little pit area, and it covers the other one. And then if it shifts the other way, it covers the opposite one, reveals the other. Now, your main goal is to kind of mitigate how far you can get Barney to go to land in certain areas, because there's areas that can help you. There's also areas that can hurt you. For example, you have the gravel path and bridge that allows you to take any bones that are uncovered. That's really good. That can give you a whole bunch of bones. Then you have Max's patch. Max is the kind of yellow dog there. He is a bully. You got to give 1 bone to Max's pit. Easy enough. Then you got Sasha area. Take all bones in Max's pit. That can get you a lot depending how frequently your opponent or you land on that area. Then you have Tomcat's area, which is the kind of cat inside the trash can. The next player takes any bones uncovered. Crazy. So that can benefit the opponent next to you. So making it so you don't land on those certain areas like that one, you want to make sure your opponent isn't plussing. So you may want to pull it back 5 times if you think that pulling it too low will stop you there, or you might want to pull it back less if you feel like if you go too far with Barney, you land somewhere there and benefit your opponent, because you don't want that. Then you have the kennel. No bones are taken, and all are left in the pits. Nothing happens. Pond, lose all bones. That's insanity to me. Being able to just lose every bone that you got, that sounds absolutely crazy. What were they thinking? Whatever. The game's pretty fast paced on how you collect bones, so that doesn't really have too much effect. Then you have the flower bed. Take another go. 1 to 5 pullbacks. That's pretty fair. You don't really gain anything, but you also gain another turn to potentially get out of danger. And the goal of the game is to end up with the most bones. Keeping in mind there's 40 bones, so that game only ends when you go through all of them. That can take a little bit. If you're playing with 2 players, you might be there for a while. If you're playing with 4, it doesn't take too long. 3, kind of the sweet spot if you want a medium kind of length game there. Now, this game is heavily advertised for kids. I will tell you this. I said it in the beginning of the review, I don't like this game at all. It's probably one of the only vintage games I own that I absolutely don't like, and I never want to play it again. Now, as a game, it doesn't have anything going for it. You're moving back and forth and you're sliding it like an RC car to attempt to dictate how far it can go when those wheels really kind of push on their own speed. It doesn't consistently do it the same amount of distance, and you're not really doing anything. You're literally pulling it back, kind of trying to get close enough to the section you want, and you collect bones. You do absolutely nothing else. There's really no take that element to the game unless you try to purposely land in certain areas, which sounds like it could be strategic, but it really isn't, because again, you can't dictate too much with the dog, and overall the idea on the game just doesn't offer really anything as a game itself. Now, as a toy, this is amazing. For kids, they would absolutely go insane for something like this. Having such a cool 3D board, you have dogs, you got these bones. Really just take the dog, move it around, put your toy cars on it too, because why not? It's an amazing track, and it has an amazing toy value and toy factor to it. But as a board game, it doesn't offer me anything, and that's a shame because it looked awesome. As I even showed you on the table, the board just looks absolutely amazing. It just doesn't offer me anything. And I hate providing negative reviews, but this game can be pretty pricey. So if you see this game for like a really stupid cheap deal at like a charity shop for like $3, buy it for your kid. They might like it as a toy. But there's plenty other games and plenty of other play sets that you can have that'll be a lot more amazing and probably add a lot more value to your kids' enjoyment. I promise. But that's honestly all I have for you guys today. If you're interested in notifications, there is a bell up there somewhere. Please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate any feedback. I'm trying to make these videos more and more outrageous, and with your guys' help, I have been doing so. Monday, regular board game reviews. Wednesday, weekly update / talks. And then on Fridays, my vintage board game reviews. That is all I have for you guys today. I'll see you guys next time.